Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all.
He won that championship. That was it.
You can do everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Ryan Odom, did I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch Ryan Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again.
Here we go. Y'all know what time it is, y'all know how we get busy. Let's go. It's the Love of the Game podcast. Let's go. Hey, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, man, we got action. We got action. Matt Cleveland just entered the portal. Woo. Boy. Matt Cleveland just entered the portal. Hey, man, listen, as much as I would love to say that we're in position to maximize and bring home a name like Matt Cleveland, hey, man, I'll just say this, man. Hey, man, you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run, baby. But one day, our time is coming. Our time is coming one day. Georgia Tech going to be in a dogfight to try and bring Matt Cleveland home. It's going to be tough to fight off CY at Mizzou. Matt Cleveland originally committed to Florida State. CY was a big part of it. It's going to be tough to fight him off, man. I'll tell you that. He one of those ones. Yeah. Mizzou's going to be tough to fight off. I mean, you know, they're putting together a pretty impressive class coming out of the portal. CY is doing CY things, you know, and it's just tough to fight off a dude like that. Just super respected. Like, he one of them ones. I called him Beyonce for a reason. He one of them ones. I'm watching the stream on my phone and another on my TV. Gotta stay. Hey, man. Yes, sir. A couple gunshots, man, from my guy, bro. It's got to be gunshots for my guy, man. Hey, listen. It's going to be a quick show today. Just a couple of things. We got action. I want to share it with you. We got action. And I gotta ask y'all a question. I need y'all help determining, like, am I too thirsty? Like, I'm gonna show y'all something, and like, I'm wondering if I'm being too thirsty. Like, am I trying too hard? Because I really feel like I should be at this press conference, man, and I haven't gotten a response yet. And I want to know if I'm being too thirsty. Like, you know, should I be at the, like, okay, not being too proud. One of y'all can sneak me into the press conference. Hey, man, is this too bad? Can I get on? Can somebody be like, yeah, nah, he with me? Because I put in a request today, and they left your boy on red. They left your boy on red. Cheers, though, family. Cheers. Let's see. Let's get to it. We got news. I'm gonna try to make this as big as I can. We got news. Man, remember, y'all, we talked about 3 players that had to stay. If we wanted to try to be competitive, there were 3 that had to stay. Had to stay. 3 that had to stay if we wanted to be competitive in the ASUN. And if we wanted to kind of, you know, ease Coach Petway into this role. And guess what we got? Guess what we got? Let's go! Let's go, TB. Hey, man, I wasn't too proud to beg. I wasn't too proud to beg to try and get TB back for another run at it. I was not too proud to beg at all. At all. Listen. Remember I told y'all it was 2 guys that were just absolutely unguardable in the ASUN, and TB was one of them. Unguardable. The rest of the guards in the ASUN could not stay in front of him. It just wasn't gonna happen. Unguardable, right? So happy to see he's using that COVID year coming back. The Monster Lab kid. Shout out to Mark Edwards. Everybody else that was part of TB's development. Shout out to TB too, man. Like, he could have jumped in a portal. He could have tried to go up a level. He could have actually probably went up multiple levels if he would have jumped in a portal. Talking about ASUN tournament MVP, all district second team, all ASUN second team. He probably could have jumped in a portal. I mean, considering you got Georgia guys like KJ Doucette. When I talk about jumping up multiple levels, you got Georgia guys like KJ Doucette coming out of Fort Valley that go from a D2 program in the SIAC to going to Winthrop and will probably start. So just imagine if a kid can jump from D2 to mid-major with what TB did, his performance in the NCAA tournament, probably would have got a shot somewhere if he wanted to bounce. But I love that kid locking in with us, staying locked in with us, coming back one more time to help us do what we got to do. We definitely needed that. However, see if I can get this back up here on screen. That wasn't the only news that we got. The big dog. Hey, man, look. You needed both. You got to get both. Now it's just a conversation and see what Simeon going to do. But you had to get both of these guys to steady the ship and ease the transition into the next era, right? You need a big man that everybody has to double. And it didn't matter who we were playing. Xavier had to double. Everybody in the ASUN has to double. And that makes life a lot easier on a coach. It's a lot easier to try to find pieces around somebody, shooters to put around somebody that everybody has to double. Now, look, I want to temper expectations because I'm also not saying that just because these two pieces are back, that you're definitely winning the ASUN. I'm not saying that. College basketball hard, bro. You don't think after these guys kicked their butt all last year that guys aren't figuring out trying to game plan better against these two guys? And it ain't like those games were blowouts, right? We had some close games, especially like down the stretch. So even with these guys, it's going to be vital that we put the right pieces around them, and things have to go our way. College basketball is hard, man. Those guys aren't going to stop recruiting just because we brought TB and Robinson back. But we needed these two guys to come back. You did not want to start from scratch, right? While you're trying to, where Petway is going to have to teach his entire staff what's what. Like we heard on the show last week, the assistant coaches have to get used to Petway. Everybody has to be assigned a role. Everybody on staff is going to have to be assigned a role, and Petway is going to have to teach everybody what their role is and how he wants things done. There's not a college coach in America that likes their scouts done the same way. When you're scouting a team and preparing for a team, everybody likes their scouts done different. So guys are going to have to learn that about Petway. What about the drills that you run in practice every day? What about the individual work that each of these players are getting every day? Like Petway is going to have his own opinion about how those things should go. And no matter who he hires, right, as staff, this is going to be his first time working with those guys as their head coach. So there's going to be a lot of teaching that has to go on and a lot of chemistry building, even amongst the staff. But having two players like this definitely help, man. Like it helps take a lot of pressure because there's going to be new kids. You're still, at the end of the day, you're still trying to replace your defensive player of the year, your defensive player of the year, your leading scorer, and you're still trying to find a all-everything defender with size like Kason Jennings. That's a lot that just walked out the door. I'm excited. I'm happy. I believe things are going to go well. This certainly helps things go better. Right? I love what it says about Petway, that he can come in and have conversations with these guys and get these guys to lock in. Let's not overlook how huge that is. There were going to be things thrown at these guys. There were going to be things thrown at these guys. If they would have jumped in the portal, who knows? NIL, what would have been thrown at these guys for a one-year opportunity. There are a lot of people looking for a point guard. Hell, University of Louisville is still looking for a backup point guard for Sky Clark. Not saying that would have been Terrell Burton, but I'm saying the caliber of teams that are still looking for a point guard. It's a lot of really good teams still looking for a point guard, especially somebody, a grad transfer that wouldn't have mind coming off the bench for a team that's trying to compete and win a championship. He would have had options, is all I'm saying. Cheers. Then we got the biggest news of the day. This was awesome. Check this out.
Excited to be your head coach here at Kennesaw State University. I look forward to getting out into the community and meet more of Al Nation and seeing y'all pack the Combo Center. Go Als.
Hey man, I can tell y'all,
I'm super excited.
these videos look so much better. Look at this.
University. I look forward to getting out into the community and meet more of Al Nation and seeing y'all pack the Combo Center. Go Als.
I mean, I gotta say, whoever is doing video for Kennesaw State, hey man, bravo. This past season, I've actually seen a slow progression on the video side, but this last season has been stellar. It has been stellar. This last season has been stellar. I will give you that. And that's great to see. It's very much something that was needed. Let's see. I view you as part of the media, so why wouldn't you be allowed in as media? Hey, listen, can we talk about that before we go? I don't plan on this being a really long show because I do have to prepare just in case they let me in. If they respond to my request and they let me in, I do have to be prepared. So I can't be on here until midnight celebrating with y'all. I'm trying to save my voice. I'm trying not to do as much yelling, trying not to get as loud. But I got to be ready. I got to be ready just in case they let me in. And just in case they let me in and I get to ask a question. But I'll tell you what the deal is. If I get in, not only will I be giving you guys the play-by-play here on the podcast, but I'll now be writing for Urban Media Today. That's right, man. I will be writing my first article on this press conference for Urban Media Today. Your boy's ugly mug will be right there. It will be front and center. I get the feature if I get in for that fine publication, Urban Media Today, urbanmediatoday.com. If I get the opportunity to attend the press conference, I'll be writing that article for Urban Media Today. Y'all got to get your boy in the building. 12 noon. I'm going to be ready. Buttoned up. I'm going to be just like Coach. Polo buttoned up all the way to the top. Professional and ready to go. Oh! Hey, man. Hey, y'all the best. Hey, man, this is why I say the family. The family, y'all the best, man. Hey, your boy just got his response that fast. Hey, man, hold on. Round of applause for y'all, bro. Round of applause for the family. Cheers. Round of applause for the love of the game family. Awesome. Hey, man. I ain't even going to read it, but hey, man, your boy will be there. That is incredible. I love you guys, man. This is awesome. I'll be ready. I'll be ready. And I'm going to give you the full breakdown. I'm going to tell you what the air smells like. It's going to be detailed, right? Y'all know how I get with these press conferences. I love to take little tidbits. They always going to give you some little nuggets behind the coach speak. They're going to be little nuggets that you can take away in every press conference. I promise you there are. What's going on at Georgia State right now? I'm telling you, I saw it in the press conference. I also saw what they're about to do this year. Heard it? Hey, man, I'm telling you. And every time you see a press conference, there's some little nuggets about what the future might hold. And I promise I'm going to bring those nuggets back today. I also hope you guys support. I'll be writing my first periodical for Urban Media Today. I am not. I normally don't consider myself a traditional journalist. I'm a podcaster, man. I'm a live streamer. However, it's a part of the game that I feel like to be viewed a certain way, to be looked at a certain way, I have to pick it up. Right? I have to pick it up and write. I don't mind it. You know, it's part of the gig. It is what it is. Right? But my love, my passion is for live streaming and podcasting. I love long form content. That's just my thing. If I'm not doing play-by-play on games, then it is just, you know, firing up a microphone and knocking out long form content with the family. Like that is my thing and how I want to do it. Let's drop another bomb for the press conference. Hey, that is awesome. Hey, listen, man. There was another guy, and this was tough news, man. If you remember, hold on a second. Let me look him. James White. I told you guys there was another kid in the portal that would have been great for us going to Conference USA. And man, we lost them in conference. And I'm telling you, guys, I'm working to bring somebody on the show that could talk to us about NIL and talk to us about possibly starting our own collective for Kennesaw State. Man, this is something that we need to do to help. Again, this is us doing our part, helping the university get to where we all want them to be, where we all believe we should be, and where I believe where we're going. We lost this kid in conference. James White, the Ole Miss transfer, did 2 years at Ole Miss, Georgia kid, and now he goes to UAB. Man, I hope for some reason or another UAB is going out of the conference or something. But that's tough. That's tough. James White's going to play well. He's going to play really well in that league. He's going to play really well. Have I ever thought about hosting a Twitter Spaces as an outlet? I've done a couple of spaces. I I prefer to see who I'm talking to. Here's the only thing when it comes to spaces for me is that um when you don't have to show your face, sometimes people get wild, man. I'm not opposed to it though. I'm not opposed to it. It's just that when people get wild and the people who they are talking about see me as the owner of the platform, I think people feel like I allow it or I told people to say something when it's like, bro, like I don't like have any control over what these people come and say. You know what I mean? I'm more of a person. I feel like, look, everybody, I don't actually enjoy talking to people that have a different perspective and a different belief than me. I'm not one of those people, like if somebody get up here saying something that I don't disagree with, I'm not the type of person that generally try to cut them off unless we're like running out of time or something like that. And we got to get a point across, keep the conversation moving. But outside of that, if we're just kind of exchanging ideas, I want to hear it out, no matter how bad I disagree with. That's just the type of person I am. But everybody's not that way. So like I've had people get up and start talking trash about certain event operators and this and that. And you know, I feel like everybody's able to speak their mind. It's okay. And even if they do so disrespectfully, I feel like, hey, listen, if you're willing to put your name on it and you run into that person and they want to have words with you, whatever, that's fine by me. But I've learned over time to try to stay out of the middle of that stuff because like people feel, oh, Dre, you know, it's your platform. You're supposed to, and they tag a certain responsibility onto me for words that weren't mine. You know, or if somebody says something crazy and I laugh at it because like it's crazy, then people feel like, oh, because I laughed, I agree with it. Like, man, people really have really thin skin, man. So like I've learned to stay out of the way when it comes to a lot of that stuff because you know somebody saying something doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with it or I knew about it or like my podcast when y'all see some of the podcasts that I've done, I keep showing y'all clips from SUV TV. When I've worked with SUV TV, that's the only time I've ever used a script. You know, me and the guys, we would do a 2-3 hour podcast about grassroots basketball. And you were literally watching a conversation amongst friends. We're going 2-3 hours without a script, without certain topics, without knowing what each other was going to say. It was a real conversation. And it like for the life of me, even trying not to touch a nerve, it touched a lot of nerves at times, man. I didn't mind it so much. Again, the only part that I didn't like about it is you could definitely hold me accountable for what I say, but don't hold me accountable for what other people say. Because like like I'm not in the business of controlling what other people have to say. That's not what I'm about. Not what I'm about. We got a couple offers that went out. Wait a minute. There was something that I thought was going to happen. Let me see if that happened. Let me see if that happened. There was some other Kennesaw news that I was expecting to happen today. Let me double check and see if that happened. This happened on Instagram or was this announced on Twitter? Let me see. What platform is this going to be? Oh, it's not happening until Thursday. Okay. Thursday, I believe we're going to have more news. I'll stay silent on the rest of that. But there is one more thing that went out. We did make an offer to a shooter. We did offer the Newton County product, Marcus Whitlock. So we did offer a shooter. Let me see if I got highlights on Whitlock. Newton County was just a loaded team, man. So we're going to see here. There's some highlights from a year ago. All right. These look like they might be good. So I'm going to show you this. I'll show you who we offered today. If you haven't had a chance to see Newton County play, loaded team, McDonald's All-American, Stephon Castle on that team, Ja'Kai Newton, who I felt like would have been a McDonald's All-American without the knee injury on that team, Marcus Whitlock, who we just offered also on this team. I'll try to make it bigger for you if I can. I hope you guys can see that okay. That's Marcus making it through. Nice finish through traffic.
Do not play with Mark.
Hey, everything about that highlight is pretty fair. That's one ugly shirt. Mine? I don't know. This is 5 out of 4 people are bad at math. That's what my shirt says. Marcus Whitlock, man, I think everything about that highlight is fair. There are some highlights that you see that aren't really fair, that make the kid look like way better than what he is or way worse than what he is. I felt like that highlight was fair, right? Marcus is probably about 6'2", right? Shoots the ball extremely well. He's a catch and shoot kid, right? He can finish, a little bit, not as explosive as Simeon. Simeon can get up probably, better than Marcus Whitlock can, but a really good shooter. And we talked about how much we're going to need shooting with the fact that Chris Youngblood is off the team, right? Like he's gone to South Florida. So with losing Youngblood and Stroud, we're going to need to replace that with shooting. I know somebody else that I think is in a mix that if we offer, we're going to get. And it would be a transfer, a D1 transfer. So, I mean, there are kids like in the DMs right now, at least in my DMs right now, saying, hey, look, coach, like, I walk on, man. Like, guys want to be a part of it now, man. Like, guys want to be a part of it now. So, like, there will be players that really want to be a part of what we're doing. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I expect this week that we hear some portal transfer news. Guys are starting to host their portal guys this week. So I'm assuming we'll see some portal transfer news, and then live period will be next week. So we'll see some offers jump out to high school kids. Now, I'm a little shocked that we haven't seen the assistant coaches announced yet, but there could be some strategies to that as well. So I'm okay with it. If we're playing the strategy game, I'm okay with the assistant coaches not being announced yet, but got to be announced by the time live period happens. Got to be announced, got to be official by the time we go into live period. So that's what I got so far, man. Like I said, short show tonight. I'm going to finish my preparation for tomorrow, and I will be bringing you a much longer show tomorrow. We'll break down from beginning to end, man. We'll break down that press conference from beginning to end tomorrow, and we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to go. Hey, so with that being said, man, I love you guys. Appreciate y'all for checking in, man. We do have I did want to go live because we had some exciting news tonight. Don't throw softballs. Hey, man, I don't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, but I won't. Sometimes I do, though. I like to, I don't know how hard I could be on him. You know what I mean? Before the game starts, right? Like, to me, he's got, a year or so to kind of get comfortable. But man, when that Conference USA comes, big dog, it's the smoke. It's the smoke when Conference USA comes. So, hey man, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll go. I'll be ready 9:30, 10 o'clock. We'll try to go a little bit early because I don't know how long this presser is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be at least an hour, probably. So I'll be ready 9:30, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock tomorrow because I don't want to go till midnight. No, midnight's kicking my butt, man. But we'll go tomorrow, man. I'll be breaking down the press conference and we'll get to it, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, big dog. Let's go.
Go to war.